This video is to show my latest man cave setup. I tried to find some videos about this online to no avail, so I figured I'd put one up. First, I've got the iPad mini to control everything. My Pioneer AV system, it's a VSX-32, uses a control application, so I can turn on the receiver. It's all just done over the Wi-Fi network. Sorry for the glare there. I click on power. The receiver immediately turns on, as you can see. It's really fast. So I can, if I click the power here, it's off. Anyway, all over Wi-Fi. And then I've got just a tower here running directly to the TV via DVI cable. On the sides, I've got two just Samsung 22-inch using two Linksys DMA2100 extenders right here, and everything's connected over Ethernet. I tried to do the wireless, but it was just too slow. So, powering up the extenders, I've got the OS on the computer itself running off a Samsung SSD 128 gig. So, of course, it boots up really fast. And then on the PC itself, I'm just running everything off Windows Media Center. Boots up, as you can see, really fast with that solid-state drive. But what's cool is Ceton has very recently released a new application called, I think it's MyCE or something like that. So basically what happens is when you come to your computer, or I'm sorry, when you select or download this application, it's only like $5. It's going to identify the computer on your network, and of course I've named this my home theater PC. In the background here, these extenders are turning on the side there, so pretty much just have the same screen on everything right now. So if I want to tune to a station, of course the difficulty with 3 TVs in one room would be pointing the remote in all sorts of different directions and having to do acrobatics to get it to tune. So since they're all in the same network, I can control them all through this application that Ceton has built. So if I open up the app, I can click on Guide. Let it focus for a second, sorry about that. But anyway, if I select on a program, well, first of all, it's awesome that it shows the entire guide. I could also choose to watch anything that I've got on DVR or use this just as a regular remote, but I'll choose, let's choose a basketball game. So now it brings me to a new menu where I can record this, I can record the series, of course if this was a series program, or I can tune the channel. So now I've got the three devices you can see here, one on the left, the one in the middle, and one on the right. It's asking me, okay, which device do you want to tune this on? So first I'll just select this MCX2, which is just the screen on the left. If I click this, and it clicked it, almost immediately begins to tune it on that TV on the left. Takes a couple of moments. I still got to figure out the timing on that, but I'll select another program here. Let's just do West Coast Customs. Select Tune Channel, do it on the main display there. And then we'll do just another one for sake of demonstration on the third one. So again, just trying to figure out, it does take it a while for it to tune, but once it locks in, it's pretty fast. So now that one's tuned. And now the one on the right is tuned as well. Having the Pioneer application is useful course, because you can control not only the power and stuff, but the volume. You can also control which input you're on. You can control the surround modes. So, some of you who might have a home theater or PC setup might have experienced difficulties when running the HDMI cable through a repeater, or if you're going right out of the computer into a receiver and then up to your TV, where it just has handshake issues. You may have tried to edit the EDID files to alleviate that. What I did actually is, when I bought the computer, I also bought just kind of a cheap but upgraded video card. In this case, it's NVIDIA GT520, and it's got an HDMI out and DVI cable out. So, since it kept having handshake issues, I just ran an HDMI out to the receiver and a separate DVI out to the television. So I figured if I just mirrored them, that would solve my problems, and I would not have handshake issues every time I changed the channel or any time the device changes resolution. Well, then I ran into a new set of issues where it was having HDCP, I believe is the acronym, problems. Basically, it didn't like being mirrored, and there is, I think it's called Play Ready, some type of regulation that disallows mirroring or the use of non-approved devices for displaying protected programming. So that can be programming from your cable provider, in some cases on a Blu-ray disc. So what I had to do was, instead of mirroring, if we go into display settings, it actually thinks it's multiple displays. And so on the right, it's just an extended desktop, but I've got the main TV as the primary, and on the right, I've just set it to the lowest resolution so there'd be the least chance of accidentally dragging something over there and not being able to see it. Anyway, just again to give a quick rundown, I've got the VSX-32 Pioneer, just a pretty basic HP tower with a quad-core AMD, 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigabyte SSD in there, and then 2 separate 1 terabyte hard drives, using the Linksys DMA2100 extenders, kind of just honestly a crappy old Insignia TV. Got my tower speakers that I built. Thank you, Parts Express. These are the transmission line. If you're into that, you may have seen those before. And then I've got a small network attached storage I'm running using the free NAS software. I just repurposed an old laptop and put a big hard drive in there. Anyway, I hope this helped somebody out there. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Thanks.